Hey guys, what's up? Son Chelsea back here again for 100% Chelsea. Now, as you can tell, this is kind of a different way of doing Let's Talk Chelsea. It's not going to be permanent, but it's New Year's Eve, as you know, kind of people running around and everything. So I wanted to get a Let's Talk Chelsea episode out for you guys. So this is going to be a little bit shorter. So really, you don't need to be seeing this live. So I guess the majority of you will be seeing this after it's happened. So you can leave your comments down below, but pretty much I'm just going to run through some of the stories that have come out this week and discuss them. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So, as you know by now, last Let's Talk Chelsea of 2015. So let's get to it. So firstly, we're going to be talking about Radamel Falcao. Now, apparently, he's suffered another injury setback. He's basically been injured, I think, since Halloween. I think the last time I saw him in a Chelsea shirt was the defeat to Liverpool when we I think we lost 3-1. So he came on off the bench. And since then, he's suffered from injury, and apparently Gus Hiddink wants to bring him back. Now, the Telegraph are reporting that Gus Hiddink wants to kind of train him up for fitness, get him back into the first team, but he suffered another setback, which probably means he won't play in the month of January. Now, will this mean that this is the last time we've seen Falcao in a Chelsea shirt? Will he be leaving in January? Now, personally, I think the move was stupid, in my opinion. I support Falcao when he comes on, like any Chelsea player. But I remember seeing it way back in June and thinking I was not impressed by the signing, because I just thought we're walking into another situation like a Torres, like a Shevchenko, a player who's past his prime, a bad injury. The injury problems have continued. He scored one goal, I think, this season. And pretty much he hasn't done anything other than that. Now, I don't think it's Falcao's fault. I just think it's Chelsea's fault for not getting a competent backup striker who could have been better. Now, do you guys think that Falcao should be sold or just sent back? Of course, because we don't actually own him. He's still Monaco's player. We've got him on loan, but I just thought it was such a stupid signing. And personally, I think that we'd be much better sending him back on loan if we send him back to Monaco and then bring in a striker, a new one. So that's my opinion on the situation, but it's disappointing to see that he suffered another injury setback, because we've got that FA Cup match coming up, and that could have been a good opportunity for Falcao to get some game time. But that's the way it is. Now, apparently next is Patrick Bamford. Now, I think this is the biggest story of the week. When I came out of the game at Old Trafford on Monday, I looked at my phone and realised that Patrick Bamford had ended his loan at Crystal Palace. Now, he's been disgruntled with the loan. He's not been happy with the lack of game time he's got. And I've been quite surprised with the lack of game time. Now, I did a kind of a preview for Sunday's game with Palace Fan TV, which you can go and watch. It'll probably be up sometime today. And we were kind of discussing Patrick Bamford and kind of how the whole situation. And he seems disgruntled. Now, I think for Bamford, a player of kind of his level at the moment, to expect to go into Palace first team was kind of a bit ridiculous, because if you look at the talent in that Palace first team, you know, it was always going to be difficult. But I do understand where Bamford's coming from. And I think if it is true that Pardew barely talked to Bamford at all about the situation, I think that's very unprofessional. But we don't know the whole story now. Taking that aside, that's happened. That's done. He's off from Crystal Palace. He's not a Palace player anymore. He's back to Chelsea. I personally think we should utilise this. We should bring Patrick Bamford back into the first team. We should bring him back as a Chelsea player. We should not just send him out on loan. Give him one chance. I think the Scunthorpe game, what was it? It's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. We should really use it as a chance to play youth. My worry is that Gus Hiddink, because of Chelsea's current situation, will just throw out all like the first 11 basically to what we know it as, because he's worried about losing. Personally, I think we should use it as a chance to play some youth. I'm so sick and tired of our youth being underutilized. Youth just going, not being given a chance. Monday's game was a prime example of that against United. 36 seconds for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I thought was a disgrace, in my opinion. And I think that Patrick Bamford, unless we play him in the first team, now I know there'll be people probably commenting right now, commenting your thoughts about how Bamford isn't at the level. Now, we don't know if Bamford's at the level of Chelsea until we play him. Until he gets given a chance, how are we ever going to know if he's good enough for Chelsea? So for me, unless we give him that chance, we will not know if he's good enough for Chelsea. So personally, I think we should give him that chance. As I say, if he's not good enough, then we try and find a loan for him. But personally, I think Patrick Bamford should be given a chance as Chelsea striker. He's made that steady progression. He's gone from Derby County, it was MK Dons where he scored goals, Derby County where he scored goals, Middlesbrough where he scored goals, and unfortunately Palace is he's hit a bit of a roadblock. But that's my opinion, at least. And let's be honest, our strikers, other than Diego Costa scoring those 2 goals against Watford a week ago, our strikers haven't been setting the world alight, have they? So I personally think if we can bring back Patrick Bamford, just give him a chance. And I think it goes for the same with Kennedy, Bertrand Traore, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The same thing applies. Now, lastly, what I want to talk about is kind of a discussion point, and I think this is something that guys can comment about, because I've seen a story about Remy Garden apparently talking about Loic Remy, and it's not so much about that story. It's about strikers. Now, we've on this channel, I think, done a top 5. We've discussed strikers that could come in. What do you think the solution is for strikers? Who would you personally realistically like to see? Now, I've just discussed Bamford. We've talked about Falcao. Who would you think Chelsea have a realistic? I'm talking realistic boundaries here, like of a player that you seriously think Chelsea could go and get. January is going to be very difficult with the fact that Chelsea are in the current position we are. Teams are going to bump up their prices, knowing that we're a rich club, so they're going to want to get extra money from us. So I'm not sure. In the comments, guys, let me know who you think Chelsea should sign in the January transfer window as a striker. Do you think we should go out there and sign a new striker, or do you think maybe in a situation like I've just discussed, we send Falcao back from his loan and bring in Patrick Bamford if he plays well? But that all depends on can he play, and also will he get the chance? Because I'm very pessimistic about it. We know our club's track record; they don't like playing youth. So yeah, I mean that's kind of my opinion. But that has been it for this edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. As I say, it's kind of a different one. As it's New Year's Eve, as kind of the festive period, it's always kind of quite difficult to get content out there. But I've done it for you guys because I love doing this show. And yeah, it's the last day of 2015. It's been a crazy year for 100% Chelsea as well. Launching a channel back in February, I came onto the channel in, I think it was early August, like around that time, and being able to do this show, being able to get the positive feedback from you guys has really been cool. The support from you guys has been amazing. Yeah, hopefully 2016 will be another good year for the channel, and hopefully we'll have some more positive things to discuss about Chelsea. But that has been my opinions, guys. That has been the stories. As I say, a little bit of a different format today, but do leave your comments down below of what I've discussed today, your opinions on Falcao, your opinions on Bamford, your opinions on the strikers we should be signing. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Son of Chelsea. You can also check out my own personal YouTube channel, Son of Chelsea, where I do Chelsea videos, football videos, FIFA videos, all that good stuff. Link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All the social media links will be down in the description below. And as always, I'll see you again. Have a good new year.